my friends. I just started this recording, and then I got this ding on my phone also that I just heard an alarm go off across the street anyway. So I'm even to laugh because I'm like, it's always a time. There's always some kind of noise. Oh, there it is. it's like a humming, but it's actually an alarm going off at the Best Buy over here. It's tweetering. Anyway, so it's across the street. You can't see because I got this video. All right, so I'm gonna do this video, and I have to. And the reason I'm overlaying this again is because I have to provide a background to what's happening. Because you're not with me every minute, so I have to explain a little background. Because people said, "Well, I don't understand where you're just picking up right in the middle of the spot, right?" That's why you got to hear the whole story. That's like I like getting preachers and pastors. We know there's some issues with the Bible. Let's not go there, but they'll read one little sentence out of it, and then they'll make this whole lie and story about that one sentence to justify what they believe in or something that's negative, right? They don't read the whole before and the after. You know what I mean? That's what's always frustrating. Like, wait a minute. So if you take one sentence out of, you can put it out of context. For example, I just said, he killed him. But let's say and that was just that one sentence. But then the sentence before it says, he really had a nightmare and then he killed him. Then he woke up and it was a sunshiny day and glad the nightmare was over. See, he killed him, just that one sentence. If you pull that out, it sounds like this guy committed murder. But then it was just a dream, right? Nightmare in front and back. See, and that's what that game is played all the time. The news plays that game. Politicians do that. You know the story. Even people have used it against me. They said they'll pull, like, I've had demons actually use this. People have possessed by demons. They'll pull, I'll say one word or two words, and they'll kind of wrap it around and try to lose its linguistics on it to make it look like I said something bad. And then I'm trying to explain myself in the front and back of that. I've had family do that. I mean, I'm not going to make a story. One of my brothers, his wife, played that game and turned my brother against me because she didn't hear the conversation before on the phone, and that I was having with my brother. And then she hears it and picks up the phone while I'm talking to him. Hears one sentence and then doesn't hear the rest of it. And all of a sudden, she starts chewing me on the phone and saying, "How can you say that?" I said, "You don't understand." I said, "You didn't hear the conversation before." And then I've had this conversation with my mother. She didn't hear the whole story. So she's running around telling how evil I was. My brother finally turns and he knows the truth, but then it's his wife. So he says, "Oh yeah, he must have really did mean harm, what he said." See, that's the thing is it is so naughty the way that, linguistics is horrible. And I could do a video. I should do a video about linguistics. Like I just showed you that how I can prove that. I'll make you think that all people from Islam are evil and they're all killers and terrorists. And they're not. So they're not. That's what I'm saying. But I can convince you, and you'll say, "Oh my gosh!" It's using linguistics where A equals B, and then no, A equals B and A equals C. So then, I get it. Okay, A equals B and A equals C. So B must equal C, which is not right. See, we're taught that in algebra, if A equals C and A equals B. See, that's where mathematics gets screwy. That then B must equal C. That is not true, and I'll explain that to you later. So, in numbers games, it's true when you're talking about numbers, you're talking about words or people or concepts or ideas. Completely wrong, and I'll do a video on that if you like that. So, put a comment and say, "Kirk, I want to hear about linguistics," because I went deep into phonics and also linguistics. So I'm going to try to remember to do a video on that one, okay, when I had a chance, because this will blow your mind. I don't know if you've ever studied, well, it's actually deep in linguistics. It's there's actually another term for it. Well, but anyway, linguistics, they use it in courtrooms all the time. Yeah, I used to get in a battle with one of the ladies who used to be a judge. That I went and talked to her, and she got mad at me. She said, "You quit using linguistics on me," and she started it. I said, "Don't use linguistics on me." She says, "You're using on me." She goes, "You smart aleck." And she was a naughty, by the way. She was a naughty lady, and I played her own game, and I buried her in her own linguistics and made her mad because she used to be a former judge. Long story, she had to quit being a judge because she did some naughty things, and then she's destroying families. Yeah, Sheila, I won't mention her last name, out of Boulder. Okay, I know you did a naughty. You need to fix your ways and come to God and repent for your nastiness, because she's destroyed a lot of people. Okay, anyway, so I moved on from that as well. So we just pray that she becomes a good person and has a good heart, right? Okay, so now you're like, go away. So here's the thing is, so in this video, I met a guy in the convenience store, and well, let me talk about the lady first. There was a time that I had I had just had my food card stolen. I lost my EBT card, my food card, from a lady who was really, she had stolen it from me. I don't know if I did a video on that one. I probably didn't, but I had on there over $600. And it's a long story how she tricked me out of my money and everything. She was good. Boy, she had some great demons with her. I'm perfectly played. So because I was broken down and I needed help and didn't have a way of getting the help, so it's a long story. I trusted her on giving her some information, and she promised me and all these other things. I was tracking her, and it ended up being a nightmare anyway. So she stole like $600 in my food. Rent is zero within 1 day. And then she also ran up, over $500 in gas. Is it 500? Well, it was about, yeah, somewhere in there, I think 500. I can't remember the exact number. Doesn't matter, because anything over $10 is still theft under the, the old laws of the 10 Commandments, right? Anyway, so okay, so in this video, this lady actually reached out and she actually bought me a breakfast. I mean, not breakfast, a lunch. I hadn't had breakfast, and she was just she's just an angel, and she actually invited me to one of the churches. I went out there once. It's a nice church. It's in San Diego. Okay. Anyway, so she bought me a hot dog and a Coke and all these other things. Just really nice. Just God bless her soul. I mean, she is a real angel. I'm not kidding you. This lady. So you hear me talking to her about thanking her, and so then I finally got my card fixed. I had one reshipped from Colorado, and so then I wanted to share share what I had to somebody else. So there's this gentleman here that he didn't have any card to think of food, so I paid it forward by buying him some food as well. I didn't pick out what he wanted, and he got a pop and all this other stuff. But what he talked to me was so funny, because he said every day is a Sunday. No matter how bad your day is, every day is a Sunday. It's sunny and shining. So even if you're having a bad day and it's raining and not pouring on you, or even it's true physical outside, it's still a Sunday. I said, never thought about it. He goes, yeah. He goes, there is no such thing as a Tuesday and a Friday, or all these other things, or all these, and all those days of the week are for a reason. But I'm just saying that he said every day is a Sunday, bud. I said, that's cool. He goes, we're alive, we're blessed. It's a Sunday. It's a sunny day today, and the sun will come out tomorrow. See, it comes out now. It's already a sunny day that we're alive and breathing and enjoying the moments we have that's been provided by our Creator, right? I said, that's cool. So I've actually used that to many people. Said, oh boy, they said next Monday is going to be nightmare. I said, oh, you mean Sunday? It's going to be a sunny day. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be a nightmare. So I had to remind myself it's a Sunday every day. So going about. Somebody talking about this. They also talked about the credit card. And not so sure what he's saying about the credit card, because I was trying to track him and I was a little tired. I'm trying to remember back, because you got to realize this video is actually pulled back is over almost a month and a half ago. This is an older one. This is not recent. And so I'm pulling some of these new ones and old ones, just whatever. I'm trying to mix it up and kind of do some like DJ mixing up, so I provide different ideas and thoughts and I hope you enjoy them. So I'll be fast on that. So if you see different videos coming up and look at a time or a sequence, that's just because I'm pulling it, because remember I told you my cell phone blew up. Story behind that, it got attacked. Oh, I'm not kidding you, by let's say the naughty ones, because remember we can't feed that negativity. Let's say they got naughty and damaged my phone, blew it up. Not kidding you. True story. Blew it up and overheated right in my hands. I was talking to my mother. Anyway, so I got a new phone because the Lord gave me, and the Father too, they helped me get a new phone. I actually had to borrow my phone as well. Okay, so that could use temporarily until I got a new phone. All right. So anyway, so here's this thing is he talks about the credit card. I'll listen to it again and try to remember it. He said there's something key about the numbers and the way they run credit cards. It's probably true, but I don't understand. I don't remember. And all right, so here we go. I'm gonna put play on this. Okay, ready?
So you're training me to think Saturday versus Sunday.
So that you can't get the MasterCard. See, the MasterCard is what it is. What is work with the card number?
But they program the
because you
computers
can't
to do
see
Sunday.
you won't get that because you're thinking Saturday. See, and then I explain Sunday to you.
Yeah.
Then you see why it's Sunday and not Saturday.
And every day can be a Sunday as long as no problems.
You get my point.
Okay, part of that he's saying that Sunday, even the credit card transactions are shut down, right? You can't make any business on a Sunday, which is supposed to be a sunny day, right? So, well, if that's good or bad, I don't know, because everybody should take a break, whether they're, and I'm not going to get into which day is Sabbath. Okay, we know Friday evening is Saturday evening, we know all that, the sunset to sunrise. But just the fact that he's saying that you can't get anything done, any access on Sunday, which is actually a good thing too, because in the old laws, in my old earth, I haven't checked this one, that you could not buy liquor on Sunday. It was impossible. I mean, there is just no such thing. And then I'm trying to think if they changed the law later on in Colorado. Let's see. I'm trying to think back on. I think they may have modified briefly, where I'm trying to remember. when that was occurred. God, I am trying to remember. I cannot recall. Maybe I took a download. I'm not sure. No, I'm not kidding. I don't think you could ever buy liquor on a Sunday on my old whatever. Which I think we were on the Sagittarius Earth, or is this the Sagittarius now? Oh my gosh, I'll get backwards. It doesn't matter. I think we're on the Sagittarius now. So the Ryan Earth. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Okay. So anyway, yeah, you could not buy liquor. Also, it closed at midnight on Saturday, so everybody would be running down getting their liquor for the next day and trying to get there. You see them running in a small town. Macho's going to drive as fast as they could to the convenience stores or wherever they could to get liquor. And also, they were only allowed at that time. There was a law that did pass that allowed grocery stores to sell 3.2 liquor only, not anything above or heavier than that. And that law lasted, well, indefinitely on my old Earth, and then all of a sudden, now in this new Earth, you can buy anything up to hard alcohol in a Walmart. That did not exist in Colorado. Now, I don't know about the other states, because the other states, like I heard, that was a state-by-state thing. And there's a story behind that of how they were manipulating and controlling the liquor market. Just still, they controlled. It was kind of like it was still like, I was trying to think of, kind of like the taxis out of New York City in Colorado. It's fine-tuned to who would make money and who didn't. You couldn't just start a liquor store and get a license. It was deeper in that distribution. Oh, and you need to remind me too about the funeral business. Oh my gosh, you're talking about the biggest monopoly there is in existence. This thing is worse than any monopoly you've ever seen. I'm not kidding you, because I talked to a lady who was I'm going to do it because I'll forget to do it later. So when I was going to college, there's a lady she was way at the top level of, I can't remember the name of the company that's the major distributor of the funeral business. You know what I mean? Does all the trinkets. I didn't call them trinkets, but you know, I mean, all the commercial items and things like that, where they have the flowers, the artificial flowers, or even the caskets, everything that any supplies whatsoever that dealt with the funeral supply business. She was with that company, and I got my MBA degree with her out of Fort Collins, and she had just quit, and she made a ton of money. She made a ton. And so anyway, I was going to school with her with the MBA degree. We were both going for an MBA, and she did get it. But what was important about it is that she had quit a major money-making position way at the top. I mean, she was at the top. And I came in at that time, and we're talking 100,000 or something ridiculous, because that funeral industry business is a huge payer. So I don't know why. I think she tried to explain to me that she was, that's why she left, because she couldn't tolerate the theft that they're doing over family businesses, or families, because the entire industry was controlled that, you had to buy their caskets through them, even if you had your own funeral home. Every supply you had to buy through them. If they found out you're buying from, let's say, Mexico or some third party, they'd immediately shut off all the other business with you. So it's a monopoly. It's horrifying bad, because she said, how many funeral homes that somebody start buying caskets, let's say out of Mexico, or like, let's say even if you bought supplies out of China, which is impossible, like close like Mexico, or anybody else start offering to manufacture caskets out of their own wood business, they would shut you down, and you had no business. So you could not do any funeral business, because you have to have all those offerings to people. You have to have gravestones. You have to have some artists who design the gravestones, put the stuff on there, and all those parts. I mean, just think of all that stuff that you see in the funeral business, just a ton. Even the equipment. I don't want to go there. It's kind of gross. But think about the equipment that you have to use. They just take the equipment away from you as well. So completely controlled. You want to talk about mafia? It is worse than mafia. They control the entire business. So she was warned, even because one time she said, I'm really disappointed about this whole way we operate. She goes, it's not a freedom of enterprise. And they said, you shut up. They said, if you don't shut up, you're going to be fired, right? So she said, I just kept kind of quiet. She goes, and that's when I was taking the MBA with her. She said, I want to come back someday and just tear them apart and make them reveal how illegal their operation is, how they got a complete control monopoly over the entire industry. She said the markup on this stuff is like even for caskets, like even out of wood. She said, those markups are just horrifying bad. Now, I have heard that there's been a little leeway given that you can buy some caskets out of Mexico. And I don't mean negative. You're like, oh my gosh, the same with Darkkirk. But it is the truth. It's something that we have to deal with. That's part of society. That that people, get caskets and they get buried and stuff like that, right? So anyway, So the whole business is, you know, the cheapest you can probably buy is 10,000. I can't remember, 5 or 10, whatever, right? And they have all these options and this and that, right? But anyway, so, you know, they could be manufactured way cheaper, you know what I mean? So, and even the supplies that you have to buy to pay them to hold a funeral service is just astronomical, right? People spend a lot of money just to do that, and it's sad, right? Anyway, so that's that. It's another 15 minutes. I'm starting to babble. Oh my gosh, you're like, oh my goodness, Eric. So anyway, let's go back to some interesting, good, positive stuff. Always leave with a positive. And I don't know how. See, we're supposed to take a negative positive. So let's do that, and let's put that behind us, and we'll deal with that later. Okay. So here it is. So he's talking about this. I'm gonna push play again, and about the credit card. And I can't remember all the details.
But you can have multiple Sundays, right? But you can't do nothing. Yeah. All right. Grab yourself something to drink and. Okay. Okay. All right. Grab yourself something to drink. Where's mi amigo? The guy. What's his name? The guy you were talking to when he came in here.
Jaime. No,
Jaime. Where's he at?
Go to home.
I gotta mention another thing. I didn't have enough cash one day because I had to buy some gas and other things, and I went in the store and I owed like $1.27, and I had to go back to my vehicle and dig it out. And this guy named Jaime, and that guy is another. I mean, this whole store, this AMPM store, man, I'm telling you, they have angels like you wouldn't believe. This guy said, "Don't worry about the $1.27." Hey, no way, I'll go back to my car. He goes, "No, bud." He said, "Mi amigo, don't worry about it." He goes, "I can pay for it." He took out a buck. It was like $1.27 or $1.72. Actually, it was $1.72. I think it was. Yeah, it was $1.72 out of his own pocket, and paid for the rest of it when I was buying some stuff. I mean, seriously. And remember, don't ever refuse a blessing, because I mean, don't do that. If somebody wants to bless you, then you're just going to hurt their feelings. If you, and not only that, even says in Scripture, never. Somewhere there's a Scripture says, never refuse a blessing. So, you know, at the time, I'm like, no, I got it. So if they say, I got it, you let it go, because that means you're trying to refuse a gift. That'd be like getting a gift at Christmas and saying, well, you know, I just, thank you, but I didn't really want it. See, don't do that, especially if God and the Lord and angels are trying to help give you something for your efforts, or just kind of some reward here in flesh. But that person's it themselves, by the way, as well. So don't keep that in mind. Okay? All right, so I'm going to push this again. Sorry.
We went to Casa, I paid it forward, and you gave me, I was broke, you helped me eat lunch. It's my turn to help this man get a hot dog. We pay it forward.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay.
You remember you fed me?
Yeah.
Thank you. I was thirsty. I'm going to buy this man because I got money now. I was broke.
Okay.
And you fed me lunch.
Okay.
Comprendes?
Yes.
You're awesome. God bless you.
One hot dog, right?
What?
One hot dog?
He's going to get it. I'm going to buy it on my card, whatever it is. Okay?
Anyway, so I think I did another video talking outside about the credit card. I'll upload that one differently and stuff like that. This started long. I apologize. 18 minutes. I'm trying to cut these as short as I can. There's so much information. If I'm giving you too much, say, Kirk, Tom, just put a comment. Say, there's just way too much information. Can't listen to it all, and just try to make it like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to focus on reducing these, so you just like 2 or 3 minutes, because I can't stand listening to somebody else's videos as well as either. Also, by the way, on YouTube, you can actually increase the speed. I mean, we're going to remind you that. I'll actually listen to somebody like Matt from Klon Conscious, no offense to him. I'll play at 1.5% fast, or even 2% on some people, because they talk very clearly and I can hear it very fast. So if you can rip it through, and some, skip around sometimes too. And I'll try to provide a better description too, to give you an idea of what it is. I wish I could have the time to mark them and stuff like that, but I don't. So don't remember, you can always increase it by 1.25%, 1.5, or whatever faster, right? All right, God bless and love you all.